My name's John Gerlach. I'm a member of the Greater Midwest Lego Train Club out of Minneapolis. And this year I brought a large ball contraption / kinetic sculpture. I've got 6 tracks running the Lego soccer balls. They run independently. That way if one of them happens to freeze up, it'll keep going. But so far, it's running pretty reliably. I do have this lovely fence around it because, oh, look, there's a ball on the floor. It's still jumping the track every now and then, but that's why I'm just going to keep tweaking it and keep working on it. Goal is to eventually add 2 more lifts in the corner, run 2 more tracks, have 8 of them running. So.
Wow. Very impressive. Was there a particular inspiration kind of behind this idea and this design, or was it just what kind of going for it?
This whole thing, the camera will have to pick it up. This whole project started because of this little gray piece, that 90-degree bend. Okay. I saw a picture of it and I was going, what could I do with this? I could make squares. Wait, if I turn it the other axis, I can make cubes. And then I imagined maybe like a skyscraper under construction with different floors. And then I went, no, ball contraption. And here we are 5 years later, and I've built a ball contraption. So,
yeah, there you go. So what was it difficult to kind of get all that track threaded through there and get that attached to the clips and stuff? And you've got loops and stuff in there.
Yeah, the hardest part is adding. I started with track 1, and I ran it, and it worked great. And then I added track 2, and as I add more tracks, another ball fell to the floor. As I add more tracks, I find it's very difficult because my arms don't fit inside, and I kind of have to run them through. So tracks 7 and 8 might just stay on the outer edge and not try to run through the inside of the structure because it's just getting hard to run them. But.
And then talk about the conveyor system that kind of brings them back up to keep the balls running through.
It's Technic chain with some Technic pieces acting as a little L-shaped part. And then at the very top, there's a little rod that gives them just a little kick, and it kicks them off into the funnels, and the funnel drops them on the track.
Okay.
So it's purely mechanical. There's no programming or robotics of any kind. It's just Technic motors in each corner. I'm an old train guy, so I have a transformer running them, and I just turn it on and let it go. So.
And then how does this big thing move around then when you bring it to a show?
As you can see, this is the first time it's traveled anywhere. Okay. We strapped it to a pallet, and 2 of us lifted it into the Brickmania van, and we strapped the pallet to the side of the van and crossed our fingers. And I was down here on Wednesday. They showed up on Thursday, got a text saying, hey, we're here. So I ran down and opened the door, and it had actually gotten here pretty much in one piece. I was very, very happy. Yes. So it traveled surprisingly well. So, yeah.
And you've got a bunch of those trans-clear Technic pieces in there.
I have most of the world's supply of the trans 1x15 beams, thanks to the wonderful website of Bricklink. I found a seller in Germany, surprise, who had a bunch of them for sale. And when I first imagined the project, I immediately went to clear, because it gives it a very lightweight, very airy feel. It's not as solid. And so I bought several hundred from him and sent a little note saying, so if there's any way you can get some more. And he got me 4,200 more. And I didn't ask questions how, because I figure I just didn't need to know. So I got almost 5,000 of them from that seller. So this is about 1/3 of my supply. This is prototype. This is proof of concept. Someday I want to build one that's bigger. But that one probably won't be transportable. I'll need to find a permanent home for it, build it in place, tweak it, tune it, and then work from there. So
let it do its stuff, yeah. And you incorporated great lighting in here as well.
That's
so how did that work?
Fancy, huh? I found that bulb at a home supply warehouse and said, oh, that'll work. So I just put it in place, and yeah. I've thought about maybe going with the color changing LEDs in the corners, but that would be way too much work, and maybe I'll do it on the next one. So
there you go. Well, thanks so much for bringing this out to the show. I think it's a great display here, and it's fun to watch them go all over the place, so appreciate it.
The words I've been hearing the most this weekend are crazy, insane, hypnotic, and mesmerizing. And I'm actually okay with all 4 of those words because they kind of fit the project and they kind of fit me sometimes. So, yeah.
They're good for the theme here. So, very nice. Thanks so much for chatting with me.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out.